What is up? Welcome to Views on Tattoos. Today is my very special guest. It's actually my wife, Anna. Say hello to the YouTube world, Anna.
Hi, guys.
So before we get into viewing your tattoos, I would like to talk about what inspired your design.
So I'm going to talk about all three of my tattoos.
So I actually thought she only had two because two of them I thought was just one. But we'll talk about that once you get to it.
Yeah, so I have three tattoos, not two. The first one is actually a nautical star on my right hip. I got that when I was 18. Just because of where I was in life, someone said that I didn't have any direction. So I know sailors use that as a compass back in history. So I thought that would be a meaningful way to do that as well for myself. And that's why I chose the nautical star for my first one.
It's very symbolic. I like it.
Yeah. And then the second one is the word Boracay on my left hip.
And what's that?
So that's a beach in the Philippines where I've always wanted to go to with my paternal grandfather, but we moved here to the U.S. and he passed away, so we never got to go.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thank you. And then my third one is actually the Philippine sun and stars, because on my left hip towards the back, just because, you know, I'm Filipino and I'm proud of it.
Yeah, rock that. I love to see when Filipinos represent their heritage. I see it a lot, and keep on doing it. So Boracay and the Filipino sun and stars, I thought that was actually just one and they were combined. So that's why I thought she only had two. All right. So two hip tattoos, totaling of three. Thank you for explaining why you got those, a little history about them. Amazing story. Any rebellious reasons, or because you were saying the nautical star was finding direction? So do you think it was maybe an independency, or maybe anything along those lines?
Yeah, I definitely liked how you say independence. You know, first and foremost, I want to say it definitely was a rebellious act, just because my parents are very strict Filipinos, old-fashioned. You know, they were born in the Philippines, and I wanted to take a stand for my independence. You know, like I mentioned before, where I was in life, someone said I didn't have direction, and I wanted to prove to them that I did. So that was my way of rebelling and having my own independence.
Okay. Good. I like it. So now that we discussed them, what did your parents think about them when you showed them? Obviously, you know, you got a tattoo and...
I actually did not show them. My best friend's mom, so I went to them right after my first tattoo, and, you know, my best friend's mom took photos of them and she printed pictures out.
Just because the ink will never look as fresh as it does the minute you leave that chair. So taking photos as quick as possible is the best.
That's definitely true. So like I mentioned, she printed photos out and I kept them in the trunk of my car just because I didn't want to bring them inside our house or put them in my backpack where my parents could find them. However, my dad was probably snooping around in my car.
He wasn't cleaning, he wasn't doing maintenance on it or anything.
No way, because I know he would check my mileage and then would reset it to see how many miles I've traveled. Anyways, yeah, so I kept them in my trunk of my car and he found them. He took my driving privileges away and ended up driving me around instead. That only lasted a few days because I was still in school. I had a part-time job. I think I was playing basketball. So he was driving me around to a lot of places and he didn't like that.
So he finds these photos, so the evidence in the car, takes away said car, and now he's driving you around. So sounds like it backfired, punishment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. I know my father-in-law. It's totally investigating and crazy stuff. But, again, appreciate you telling all of that story of how they found out. Because for the longest time, I actually thought they found out when she was dating me and she got into a bathing suit and they saw it then. But that is not the case.
No, I would never wear a bikini around my parents anyways.
Okay. So now it's time. We're actually going to view those tattoos. Okay, so now that we've looked at the still photos of Anna's tattoos, I would like to talk about the pain scale. So on a rating from 1 to 10, 1 being tickled with feathers,
Feathers, okay.
and 10 being, let's say, like stubbing your pinky toe on California's largest boulder. What would you rate your tattoos as?
That's horrible. But I want to say a 3 to a 4, kind of like maybe getting scratched by a cat.
Have you ever been scratched?
No, I've never been scratched by a cat, but I'm only imagining it.
So the way that I was described or explained what a tattoo feels like when I was younger or in high school was taking the eraser of a pencil and just rubbing it repeatedly on your skin. And they're like, yeah, that's what a tattoo feels like. So I did it.
No.
And I was like, I got this. And no, that's not what it feels like at all.
No way.
So your pain scale compared to my pain scale, you can see that women have a bigger pain threshold than men.
Oh, we do, definitely.
Okay, so let's talk about a little bit of the basic questions I was kind of covering in my introduction video. Do you remember where you went, the tattooist, and how much it cost?
For all 3 of them, I don't know exact places, but I do know it was in Sacramento. I know the first one was downtown Sacramento. The second and third one, they were in the greater Sacramento area. I just can't remember exactly where, just because I went with a group of friends and I didn't choose the tattoo place out. My friend was getting a piercing and the other one was getting a tattoo. So, yeah, I just was like, why not? Why not get a tattoo with them?
I've always been curious about that. Why tattoo shops and piercing shops are always
together
combined? Yeah, it's interesting. I'll follow up on that one. But yeah, how much were they? Or how long did you sit in the chair for?
Okay, so all of them, I want to say they were probably around $100 each or even less. And also for all of them, they were an hour or less just because, they weren't complex. They were just simple tattoos.
Yeah. Did you end up tipping?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, so me and Anna both agree, tip your tattooist.
Oh, yeah.
It's their livelihood, and it's just, I don't know, it's courteous, and make your own judgment call. So, all right, so how did you actually afford these tattoos being an 18-year-old in high school? I know you did mention you had a part-time job, but, I mean, did it pay well enough to get 3 tattoos?
Yeah, I think I mentioned before I worked at a doctor's office, and I also tutored after school. So
you get paid to tutor?
Yeah, yes. Don't you?
Hey, if you got the brains, go tutor. You need a little extra side money. So, okay, so that's good that you were able to afford it. And let's see, what else? What other questions you got? Those are kind of the basic questions of why you got them, where you got them, who you got them by, and always do your research of really good artists out there, and definitely each artist has their own niche and everything and their specialty. So, do you have any future plans on getting more or anything with your current tattoos?
Oh yeah, yes. So my first one, maybe not, just because it does have meaning. But if I do decide on it, I might do laser removal, just because of during surgery I did have my gallbladder removed. So where the surgeon kind of cut is where one of the points is for the star. So how it healed, as you probably saw in the picture, like, what the heck? Why is that star messed up? It's because of where the surgeon cut and how it healed.
Let's not talk about laser removal too much, because this is views on tattoos. But that is an option if you ever unsatisfied with the outcome or it ever hinders any opportunities that you might have. Just do your independent research on laser removal.
Yep. Yeah. And then for my left one, I would definitely want to expand on like my heritage or, kind of history. So I want to get a tribal tattoo.
Awesome. Interesting. Good stuff. And then when she does expand on that one, we'll follow that journey and look for that video. It'll be awesome content. And like I mentioned in my introduction video also, at this time it would be her 30-second plug, but she gave me the heads up that she doesn't really have anything to talk about. She doesn't have a business, but I'm a huge advocate of where I want this to kind of, the direction I want this to go, of business owners being able to promote your business, because I want you to get your name out there. I want to bring in viewers, and you can also just talk about how you feel, where the world is going, and just kind of spread positivity towards society and everything like that, because I know it's been a rough couple of years. But as she mentioned, she doesn't have anything to add right now, so I just want to tell everybody, please like, subscribe, keep watching for new videos, new guests. This is going to be an amazing journey, and I just want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for supporting this and being my guest and really exposing your tattoos and being vulnerable to let the world see them. And we'll end it at that. Now go get a tattoo. I'll see you here.